Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Paula here with Paula's Imperfect Plans. Today we are sharing some planning. I am back in my mini happy planner Franken plan situation that I keep rotating around, and on Wednesdays I try to do something or share something in regards to planning. So I was just going to flip through and kind of show you what I have going on, what I did a little bit differently. I did finally move it to classic size rings. The metal rings that I had were bigger than the Happy Planner mini rings, but smaller than a classic. And I thought it would make it super bulky to put classic size rings on it. It hasn't really, so I'm able to put a little bit more in here. I just have some general to-do list things for what my husband has to do to kind of help him remember what his farm-related to-do list is. This is some just personal tracking that I do in the Year at a Glance pages. Into the monthly, which I decorate a little bit early on, and then I just kind of add things as it goes and track whatever is going on. In the weeklies, we have a little bit more specific stuff about appointments and that kind of thing. And then, so as far as like my schedule, I have that in here for for the rest of the year. So through December, I have things in here. Then I've got a folder that came from the Happy Planner like warehouse sale. And so I have just some sticky notes with expense-related, financial-related things in there. Jot them down there because this is always with me, and then I can get them where they need to go after that. After that is my, it's another mini horizontal, and so this is my journal. The monthlies, I do kind of a, whether it's a positive, it's not necessarily gratitude. It can be something I'm grateful for that day, or it can be a, you know, a happy moment, a favorite part of the day, just some kind of positive thing about the day. Then I have my journal in the weekly pages. And then after that, we go into the third section here, which is my my dashboard, the mini dashboard. Here I track, so like I track prescriptions and kids' sick days. In the monthlies, I finally sorted this out. I don't need a separate social media section. Really, all I track is my YouTube videos, and all I need for that is a monthly calendar. So I've put that on the dashboard monthly. And then when we go into the weekly, this is sort of acting as health and wellness. I've had some sick kids. We've talked about, or not talked about, but I've jotted down their symptoms, medications they've been given, that kind of thing. That all goes into there. Then I have a daily section, which is mainly a to-do list. I also do some time blocking when I appreciate the time blocking. It wasn't necessary on this particular day, but these are inserts I purchased on Etsy, and I have just a handful of those in there. Then under calendar section, I've got, first of all, a Barbie birthday invitation, so that was fun. But I just have this kind of clipped here so it covers. I take these weeks out as they're done because this is really more my work section. I've always wanted / needed an hourly section because everything for work is appointment-based and time-based. And a lot of times it's helpful for me. I've wanted it in the same planner because I really need to see who I'm seeing at 3 o'clock on the 7th, because that tells me how long the visit will likely last and the travel time after that to know if I'm going to be home, you know, so it relates to if I have to have someone else here to get my kids, if I can make it to an evening appointment, that kind of thing. But as I've put it in here, I found that I'm not using it as much. I do have a separate work hourly appointment book that I use. And so this might not stay in here, but I do have inserts, I think, dated through the middle of November at this point in time. Cleaning schedule, I would like to get into doing that, and I'm just straight up not right now. This is a notes section where I just have some different things. I got some reference info for my kids as far as the sizes that they are. The last time they were weighed, I've got their height and weight. It asks for that some places, and I don't know that off the top of my head. So there was a newspaper article about us back to school on the first day, and that is my kindergartner in her classroom. That was in our local newspaper. And then on the other side of it, I noticed that it had my first grader. So I have a kindergartner and a first grader, and that's her teacher. She's with her back to the, like, you can't see her face or anything, but I was like, oh, hey, that's your teacher. Let's see if I can find you. And I know that's her water bottle, and that's her, she was wearing a black hoodie on the first day of school. So I just put those in here, taped to some cardboard and whatnot, some more reference information, and then kind of just a brain dump situation about things that I thought of, I wanted to write down. I have no idea if I'll actually follow through with any of them, but I wanted them to be there and, you know, and there. And then I just have, so, you know, some extra note pages. And then I have a pocket here at the back. This pocket came in the same package with this pocket. I think there were like 4 of them, or folders, whatever you call them. And I've got a Menards rebate receipt that I probably should get turned back in. So that's currently where I'm at and what I'm doing with my schedule, with my stuff here. I do come in every once in a while. I'm notorious for sitting down to watch basketball or a movie or YouTube or whatever at the end of the night, and just jumping in and doing some planning in my recliner while I do that kind of stuff. So I am sort of bad at, you know, coming down here and putting that on camera. I'm pretty bad at that, but I'm just going to go through things here kind of quickly and just see if there's anything that I know off the top of my head that I need to add. Like, I just scheduled a well child checkup for my kiddo, and I was sitting at my kitchen table and I put that in there right away to remind me that I had to do that. I have my kiddo's last basketball game. That's not gonna work. Not basketball. It's not basketball season. Kindly ignore me. My kiddo's last football game is that day, and I just realized I don't have his games noted. I thought I did them all, but I guess I did all of the September games and had those all listed, but I did not. He has 2 games in the month of October, and I did not put those in. None of those colors work. I did order some box stickers because it was about driving me nuts, because I like boxes for stickers for appointments and stuff. Do I want a... Okay, I'm gonna put... That's crooked. And that's the 18th. Paula, what are you doing? Good Lord. Okay. Sometimes, you know, it's fine. All right, I'm going to put that there. That's still crooked. Okay, and then I will use this sticker on this page to note his little flag football games that he has. I do have some football stickers. I share most of what is on here anyway, but I'm not going to write the names of the towns where the games are right now, because I'm just not going to write that right here on screen. But those are his last 2 games. I'm not going to take the time to do that though. I was thinking there was something else this week, but I think it's just her well child check and that. I do think we're gonna put day off down here. I feel like that's kind of asking for it, but I'm gonna put day off on the 26th. I will be out of town Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that week, and just because of how it goes, we will be traveling like Tuesday after a full day of work, as well as went Thursday back home after a full day of work for about a 2.5 hour drive. So I will have extra hours. I don't anticipate having hours left to work on the 26th. If I do, I will work, but I'm kind of, I will finish off whatever hours I have, but I don't like it at the top, but I didn't really like it at the bottom either. Okay, so I will put that there. Just to note, that's what we have going on. I need to make a note. So I probably have shared, I don't share like super personal information, but my in-laws do live in Arkansas. That is where they retired to. And they try to come up, and we are in rural Iowa. And they try to come up, they were going to come for one of my son's football games, and which are every Saturday through September and a couple weeks in October, like I just showed you, which is fine. And then it got realized our local whatever cheerleading squad does a thing for all the younger kids. They do a cheer camp on a Monday after school, and they do this practice, and then they come and to a football game Friday night, and before the varsity performance, they perform whatever little cheer situation that they learned at the cheer camp that Monday. And so last year, you have to be in kindergarten. Last year, my oldest daughter, but my middle kiddo did it. And then this year, both girls were old enough, and so they did that. And I just said to my in-laws, I don't care what you do. I don't want anybody to feel pressured. But if you were planning on coming up on a Saturday for a game, if this weekend worked for you to come up on Friday, you could see his game on Saturday, but also the girls thing, because that's only one time. So they are coming up this Friday night for that. So I want to get that jotted down. I just feel like I'm missing stuff if I'm looking, but I don't actually believe. Oh, I am missing something. I'm like, I know this month is busier than what this calendar is telling me that it is. Let us grab, so I'm going to put that there as booster club meeting, and then I'm going to do another. I didn't give myself very much room here. I am going to put this right. Well, that sticker just flew down onto the floor, and I'm not even going to try to dig it up to get it back to where it needs to be. Okay, my son has an eye doctor. Appointment that day, and then I have a meeting. So let's try again with that sticker and see if I put it up maybe a little higher. I like to put a sticker just to note like a single event or something. All right, so that, I think at this point I'm gonna put something else on here, and I'm gonna see if I can make it happen. If I put it on here, does that help to manifest things into existence? My husband's birthday is the 29th. That's Andrew. That's why that's listed there. But so I'm hoping to get my mom to watch my kids for a while that evening so that we can go out for dinner or something like that. We both really like sushi. And so this is me manifesting it. Hopefully we can make that happen for for us to be able to go out to dinner. See if we can make that work. For it, let's see. See, and this is where we just put random things wherever. Okay. Hopefully on a Saturday night prior to his birthday. Try really hard to make Sundays about family related things, and I'm also big on lazy day. And that's the end of September. We're going to be coming into a lot of prepping for farm stuff, or doing farm stuff depending on the weather. Anytime really in September and October, nothing gets planned until we are done harvesting, which I shouldn't even schedule that date night, but because if it's harvest season, which we probably wouldn't be in the fields until into October, but my birthday is May 2nd, and every single year except for this past year, he has been in the field on my birthday, every single year that we've been farming. And it's just, I'm like, well, I guess we'll celebrate my birthday closer to Mother's Day when the crops are in, right? If you know, you know. I also have, some errands to do, but I don't know where those errand stickers are. Right here. Fridays are most often my errand days because I don't plan to work a full day on Friday. I plan to work 4 9-hour days and then 4 hours on Friday, depending on how that shakes out. Obviously depends on if that happens. Okay, that is all I think that I have for right now, but when I come in here and jump in and just want to make some updates and whatnot, I thought I would take you along on that ride. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like button on your way out if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and stick around, and leave a message for me down in the comments if you make it all the way through this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.